Hello, this is the Lego Batman Joker's Trike Chase. It's another one of those vehicle versus vehicle sets. We know the concept, we've seen this done a million times, but let's check out how the details were pulled off in this one in particular. Thankfully, it's not a case of two oversized, built-up single-person bikes to go against each other. It's one oversized, built-up single-person, well, not a bike, trike this time, against an actual Batmobile, and an interesting version at that. It also includes a small motorcycle. It's just a basic one, so that doesn't add too much to the price, and then you get 4 minifigs in total, and those are all pretty good. Joker's Trike is the main focus, and it's fine. You know, the build makes for a good toy. It's got the big wheels and tires that make it literally good to grab and just drive over various types of terrain, and these are like semi-pneumatic tires at that, so it actually kind of feels fun to go over bumps. It has the 6-stud shooter over here, which will just cast those studs all over the place, back into the baseboard, underneath cabinets. You know, they get lost, so they do give you an extra set of those. This is intended to mostly hold just the Joker himself, although there is an extra spot on the back where you can have a passenger, so that's good. This uses a bunch of stickers, has one of that new type of wheel, well, relatively new type of wheel. I think the newest type of wheel that Lego has out there right now, and it's just in gold, and then the front ones are standard. The build for this felt just fine. And the best thing about it is that it goes chomp, chomp, chomp. Oh, a little bit out of focus there. It goes chomp, chomp, chomp. It's just the simplest mechanism. A little cam inside. And that's fun. You know, it adds animation to the whole thing. It works perfectly well. I like that a lot better than I like the 6-stud shooter here. Is the face great? Maybe not, but it's not bad. Like the teeth, you know, that's pretty good. It can be a little bit annoying to line up those tile pieces, but they don't have to be perfect. But yeah, I like this. It didn't take too many pieces to make that happen, and it works just fine. Yeah. This Batmobile is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything exactly like it. It feels like it's based on a prototype style of unlimited off-road rally racer, like a Dakar rally buggy, crossed with a light infantry fighting vehicle. I like it though. I like it in general. It feels a little bit more clean than I would have expected. You know, I would have expected it to feel a little bit more gritty, a little bit more military-like. But this is really interesting. I love the parts that are used in this set on the whole. There's a good selection of them. These are the modern city helicopter just canopy pieces recolored into black, and that works so well. It's used here, and it's used for all 4 fenders as their covers. You have a couple of stud shooters here on the front. All that is pretty good. Nice little techniques are used for the details down here. You have the angled engine intakes here. Got a couple of antennas up on top, lights as well, done in yellow, you know, to match. Those are our prints for the hubcaps, existing piece there. So yeah, it's interesting, and it's pretty cool. They actually have transparent, it's a little bit hard to see, but they have transparent red bricks used down there. That's nice because it lets a little bit of extra light in. And up front, they also have the transparent yellow bricks with cool yellow or light yellow bricks behind them to make them stand out a little bit more. So you get that extra brightness to it. You know, if they just left it black behind there or even dark gray, then you would not have seen that as much. As it is, it's fairly subtle, because as soon as you angle this down a little bit, you don't see that. But it's nice that it's there, and you certainly know that it's there when you're building this. The canopy works well. It's simple. It just folds open, and it feels good doing that. It just, I don't know, just the angles of it, it just feels like a proper reveal. I like this piece. It's a good color to get it in, just the plain tint. And then inside, you know, well, tan interior makes it look a little bit more plush than it needs to be, but the building techniques are good. You have a steering wheel there, and then you have a couple of consoles. Those use stickers. They are unique for this particular set. It's all good. I'm happy with that. The biggest surprise in this entire set for me is right here. This has an openable bonnet or hood in the back, where you can get to the engine. Totally unnecessary detail that I appreciate so much. I loved back in the early 80s when Lego used just a little hinge piece with a tile on top for the front of their 4-stud wide tiny little vehicles. I mean, the entire car would be just the width of this engine compartment here, and they'd have just a little thing you could open up. There was no detail inside, but just being able to open that up and imagine that you're working inside there was great. So they've done that here, and they've even gone farther than that. They made it so you can take out whatever this is. A bit of power unit, I don't know, an add-on to the power unit. Is it running 4 carbs there or something? I don't know. But you can take this out anyway and work on it, you know? So yeah, just again, unnecessary stuff that I personally think is really cool. And you can leave this out. Imagine that this is still able to go. Maybe it's not able to go as fast anymore. And you have an additional problem now because this can be plopped onto the Trike and used, they say, for turbocharging it. So you can add power to the Trike. So I think this is a better way to put it on like this. Yeah, so the Joker can steal the power plant, or the charging power plant, the extra power plant from the Batmobile. So now he's able to go faster. So Batman and Robin need to come up with a better plan to be able to catch him and get the rest of their engine back. Robin, meanwhile, gets just a basic motorcycle. It doesn't even have anything added on to the back. It's just the frame, the wheels and tires, the fairing, and then the handlebars. That's it. They just add a couple of stickers on it for its detail, and that is all that you need for this. This adds a lot of value, again, without adding a lot to the cost of the set. I appreciate that. Joker here looks pretty good. I like the use of the bright green for the arms rather than just a regular green, and rather than like a lime green or something. This just feels right to me. I have not looked up exactly which version of Joker this is supposed to be, you know, what the exact precise source is from which timeline, whatever. Yeah, it just looks good. That's all I'm going to say about it. And the production work here is also good. This really could have benefited from some, at least hip print, I think, if not leg print, you know, just to finish the detail at the lower part of the upper clothing there, especially on the front. He does have this alternate face, which is, well, why so serious? It's an expression that's supposed to be reserved for the Batman here. Notice the Batman comes with a wrench, so he can try to work on his machine when it gets broken, or maybe when he gets his engine back, or whatever part of that engine is that gets stolen away. And of course, he comes with a Batarang as well. This is just the standard cloth piece. I'll show you some additional cloak pieces that are included with this, or cape pieces included with it. Looking at the head here, his face is a little bit pale, which is almost a good problem to have. It means that they put down a nice layer of opaque white before printing the skin tone. So we're not seeing the color of the plastic bleeding through, but it still would have been nice to get it, you know, closer to the intended skin tone. It still ends up looking a little bit on the pale side. At least in this case, it doesn't turn out too bad, in my opinion. I just always will want to push Lego in the direction of getting this right. This Robin uses the mid-sized legs, so they're shorter than normal, but still able to articulate. I want to see as many of those get out on the market as possible, by any means necessary, by any means possible. So I'm just glad to see those. I'm assuming that this is supposed to be a Damian Wayne, a Lil Wayne version of Robin. It's more common to see Tim Drake using the bow staff, I think, but I think this is a Lil Wayne version of him based on some of the other things that I see here. Overall, a good-looking Robin figure. That print's not absolutely perfect, but it's not too bad. Got the flexible type of material used for the cape there, and I'll just rotate this so you can see better the staff and how it's built up. And then there's Harley Quinn with the probably best hammer they've done for her yet. At least it's my favorite. I wish that the center section of it was a little bit better looking, but otherwise the use of the tan, this is a nice piece to get in that tan color. And then the quarter round tiles used at the ends. The colors there are, I think it's like a dark pink is the color. It's like a hot pink, lighter than magenta, and then dark azure. Same colors used for the hair there. That works out pretty well. A little bit of a hybrid design here, I'd say, between like older styles and newer. Again, I'm not a DC super fan. I don't know every single possible permutation, but you know what I mean with the red and whites compared to the more modern style for the hair going there. But The print quality on this one is not quite as good. I do wish that there was a little bit better opacity with the whites, and I don't know, the lines just don't look as crisp as they ought to. And the red doesn't look as opaque as I would like to see it. It's just not bright enough, the printed part. I like the designs though. You see a little bit of face showing through there, a little bit of tongue showing through. It's just because of how low that ended up getting printed. I think on some of these it might get printed a little bit higher, but that's the alternate one. I'll show you how that gets framed up with her hair as well. That's how that works. Here are the other parts in the set, including the leftovers, and of course plenty of extra studs for the stud shooter to automatically and immediately lose throughout your house as soon as you fire it once. But what's most exciting here is the inclusion of these 2 extra cape pieces for Batman. I hope that they will continue to include those for a while because they just offer up great additional options for action poses for the character. And finally, here is the spent sticker sheet. It did not feel like there were as many stickers as there actually are on this because all 4 of these, which take up quite a bit of the space, just went onto the fenders and they went on pretty quickly and easily, no hassle. And then these are the 2 for Robin's bike. So overall, this looked like too many stickers to me at first, but it felt okay. And if you act now, all this can be yours for the low, low price of just $50 US. 50. I'd prefer like 40 for this. 45 at the most for what I see here in front of me. Each thing is pretty good. The figures are pretty good. Even this is fine. This was fun and interesting. The trike is the least interesting thing here to me personally. Just not my style. I'm sure some of that is completely subjective. Just realized there's one part that wasn't down all the way. Not sure if that was there the whole time. If so, I'm sure I'll be hearing about it. But yeah, it feels just a little bit overpriced. So not completely out of the range, you know, not crazy town kind of stuff with the pricing for this one. But I would like to see it at a discount, just a mild discount. 45 would make a lot more sense to me. 40 is where I would personally prefer it to be based on the volume of stuff. This is not worth $25 here to me. I mean, basically what they're trying to say is $25 for this, and I'd rather it be 20. And then they're saying 20 for this, and then they're saying 5 for this and one of the figures. You know, and these 3 figures are included with the rest. You know, I get it. I just want it to be a little bit cheaper. But overall, I think it's actually a little bit more enjoyable set than I personally expected it to be. For me, as a non-DC super fan and everything, I just really liked putting together that Batmobile. And again, I really appreciate the parts that are included in this set, from her hair and the tan-colored bar piece there to these fender pieces that are the helicopter canopy parts in black, and then this canopy piece here, the dark gray colored 1x1 modified tile or stud with the bar that sticks up on top that has the mini peg hole inside of it and stuff. They have 8 of those officially used here. You saw one in the spares as well. Just a lot of good stuff in general. So if you like what you see, I would not recommend against buying it at the retail price. But if you can wait a little bit, you can catch it on sale, then great. You'll be in good shape. You can check out the build if you're more interested in how everything went together and seeing the parts that I'm talking about. Check out the real-time build over on my Pure Builds channel, or the speed build on the JANG Builds It channel. I will link to both of those channels in the end screen as always, and they're linked from the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.